Hey, getting ready to read a little bit of Luke chapter 14, verses 25 through 33. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. If anyone comes to me without hating his mother and father, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlookers should laugh at him and say, "This one began to build but did not have the resources to finish." Or what king marches into battle would not first sit down and decide whether the 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000 troops. But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, every one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. So this is one of those sections in the gospel where I read it and it's like, So, here's what I'm getting out of it this morning. And I'm no theological expert. This is just what's jumping out at me. I think Jesus is saying to the people around him, because in Jesus' day, he was kind of like a rock star. He was healing people. He was feeding masses of people out of thin air. He was doing all this great stuff. He was teaching. He was talking about love. And there was a great thirst for love and healing and to be fed in Jesus' time. And so they were all flocking around him. And I think he was trying to call concern to them. But like, hey, why are you following me? You know, you are calling yourselves my disciple, but are you really prepared to be my disciple? So many times, we get caught up in the moment and we run off and do things and we don't appreciate the full gravity of what we're doing. I saw something the other day where it was on social media. It was something to the effect of somebody said, if you truly love someone, you'll not notice another, guy or another woman. If you do notice, if other, people are catching your eye, then you're not really in love. And I disagree with that. It's kind of a shocking thing to say, and it does make you think, though, my personal opinion, I believe love is a choice. And I think that's part of what Jesus is kind of laying out here is like, hey, following me is a choice, and it's a big choice. And are you going to be the guy who realizes what you're proposing to follow? Are you going to be able to follow me to the end? Or as soon as times get tough, are you going to run or give up? Are you going to fall short like the guy with the tower? Really at the end of the day, it's all about love. God wants our love. He doesn't need our love. He wants our love. He wants your love because you are amazing and special, unique. My personal belief is he allowed each one of our creation. If it wasn't his will, we wouldn't have been made. So we are here for a purpose. We are here for a reason. And because he is our Father, he wants our love. Just like as a father, I want my children's love. And sometimes you have to be prepared that your children aren't going to love you when you want them to. And it's hard, and it's heartbreaking. But that's what he wants. He wants love. His rules and everything, everybody says Jesus is a man of no. The church tries to hold you back. It was explained to me this one way. If you wanted to be a great athlete, you would learn the best practices and principles of that sport. Yes, you would make them your own, but having freedom doesn't mean, say take basketball. You can't be the best basketball player with freedom and just run around the court and do whatever you want to do. You have to learn how to dribble the ball. You have to learn how to pass. You have to learn how to sacrifice. You have to learn how to focus under pressure. When you can do all those things and have the discipline to follow all those rules, then you can play with elegance and freedom. And much how it is in life with Christianity. God asks us that He be our one true God because He knows He's the one that's going to lead us down the path of love and peace and freedom and joy. God wants us to keep the Sabbath holy. He wants to spend time with us. He wants to spend time with you every day, but especially He wants you to come into His presence once a week, put everything else aside, time out to life, focus on God, so that He can love you, and you can learn more about Him, and the more you learn about Him, the more you'll learn to love Him. God doesn't want you to covet your neighbor's wife or his possessions or her possessions, because He wants you to focus on what you have. He wants you to be happy for your neighbor for what they have. He wants you to love them and support them. He doesn't want us to steal. He wants us to work hard and appreciate the things that we have and respect people for what they have and love people through that respect. So really that's that's the whole thing. That's the big question. How is my love for Jesus going to change me this day? How is it going to guide my path? Which way will I go? I don't know. That's all I got to say about that.